Hello, everybody from all over the world. And thank you for supporting my podcast so far. I know that I have people listening from the United States, from Europe, from Asia, because you sent me you are you sent me some personal comments complimenting my content. Um, and I would like to apologize for not actually sharing anything with you guys for the last maybe 3 months now. The reason I haven't done that, the main reason I haven't done that, is because my business partner and I have decided to go our separate ways, and I spend lots of time trying to figure out what's my next move and organize my personal and professional life. And as you can imagine, this takes time and energy. And I'm gonna having said that, I'm going to let you know that my target from now on is to actually record one video and one podcast a week. If not video, for sure the podcast. And as you can see, I'm starting a vlog, which is I think it's nice, and I would like to see the reactions of people. I would like to develop some more personal relationships. I would like you to put a face into the voice you're listening to. If you like watching videos, if you don't like watching videos, you can just simply continue listening to the podcast. And that's why I'm going into the trouble to actually use two different programs at the same time, edit two different files at the same time, to make sure that I cover everybody's needs. And with that being said, I'm also gonna let you know that you're going to realize basically that I'm not going to have simply guests coming and telling the success stories or their knowledge, sharing their knowledge with us. I'm going to be actually, like today, sharing an experience or sharing some of my knowledge solo. This is easier. It doesn't take as much time to actually create a meeting time, place with a guest, and that means I can guarantee that once a week I'm going to be recording something. When I have to rely on guests, I cannot do this every week because it's impossible almost. And in the future, I'm gonna have some guests. For example, I was talking to the CEO of Amoligua, Katerina. She's a very, very nice lady, good friend of mine, and we might have an episode together in September or October, just after the summer. During the summer, it's more difficult. A lot of people are on holidays, and they're escaping Edinburgh because here is on the 15th of July, like today, is raining. So you want to be somewhere with sun, I would guess. Also, so with everything, with the introduction being made and explaining myself and apologizing, I'm gonna go into today's episode's subject, which is the 90-second shower hack. Yeah, you heard it right. It's a 90-second shower hack. What that means is, let's say, a life hack that you can do during your morning shower to have more energy. How that works is basically you take a normal shower in the morning. If you're one of these people that take showers in the morning, like myself, but instead of taking a hot shower, you add a small change into your shower routine. So you take a normal shower, and then in the end, you turn the water to the coldest temperature possible, and you stay under the cold water for 30 seconds. Then, after the 30 seconds, you turn it to the hottest temperature possible, and you stay for another 30 seconds in the hottest temperature possible. And then you finish with another 30 seconds under the coldest temperature possible. It's important to finish with the coldest temperature possible. The reason is because if you finish with a hot temperature, then you're probably going to be more sleepy and no more energized. Think about it, like when you go into bed, if you want to go to sleep, doctors and other people will suggest that you take a hot shower because this is going to help you relax, and it's proven and it works actually. So obviously you're going to wonder how I came up with the idea of actually doing this in my shower time in the morning, and it's not my idea. I was reading an article from written by Phil Damontent, founder and CEO of Dashed. His company is actually a food delivery company, delivering food from the top restaurants in Northeast United States. And Phil actually said in his post, a post that he wrote for entrepreneur.com as a guest post, and I saw on LinkedIn and I shared on LinkedIn, so you can find it on my LinkedIn feed. He actually talked about this technique and this more change that he came across, and this is backed up by science, as he's mentioning in his post. The science behind it is hydrotherapy. Let me make sure that I said this right. Yeah, hydrotherapy. All right. So basically, before I go explaining what's hydrotherapy and before I go in a few more details, I would like to actually take a moment and praise the content marketing and the guest posting techniques. So I've never would imagine myself knowing about Dashed and or about Phil, for that matter. But by writing content that is useful and not promotional for his company, but useful, promotional for himself, for his ideas, for what he's doing, for how he's thinking, things that I'm thinking about. So it's something that we have in common. I came across his company as well. So this is the power of inbound marketing and nice, good content. So if you want to create content, don't necessarily focus on actually promoting your business. Focus on promoting values of your business or values of yourself or thoughts of yourself. Because people who are similar to you are very likely to like and probably will find your service or product of use to themselves as well. So with that being said, what I'm doing here basically is content curation on a marketing term. And I'm taking some useful content that I found and I'm developing with small change and I'm adapting it to my audience and my purposes, sharing it with you, and I hope you find it useful. So we talk about hydrotherapy. As I said, I've tried this morning. Actually, I don't know if I've said it. So I've tried this morning for the first time. That's why I'm talking about it. It's the shower hack day 1. And let me tell you, it's not easy. It's not easy to be under the cold water. It's one of the toughest things to do, especially early in the morning. So, but why should you put yourself through this pain or through this negative feeling in the morning? It's because it's gonna pay off. I actually felt more awake after I did this. Yes, it's kind of, and this is backed up again by the theories and science of hydrotherapy. So, to give you a perspective, in the 19th century, a Bavarian monk formulated many of the techniques still used today in hydrotherapy. And he claimed that his patients were cured from disease after plunging into cold rivers 2 or 3 times a week. So I'm not asking you to plunge into cold rivers or in the sea. It's far more difficult to do that than actually hack your way into the shower. And that's why I thought that the idea of taking a shower and doing this small hack, it's actually a very good idea, especially today. You can do it every morning, and I'm going to do it for the next 7 days, and I'm actually going to talk about it on day 7 next week, next Friday, and try to actually explain my experience and if I feel any better, any different after 7 days. And I hope I will be feeling better. So if you go on the University of New Hampshire's blog post about hydrotherapy, you're going to find some more details. For example, hydrotherapy is based on the concept that water has the ability to alter blood flow and revitalize health. Temperature plays a large part in this process. Different elements can be controlled by practices using different temperatures. And that's why we're changing the temperature of the water from cold to hot and cold again in the shower. Cold water stimulates the body by constricting blood vessels and restricting blood flow to slow inflammation. So it also sends blood towards the internal organs to make them function more effectively. Sorry for reading, that's very, very scientific, some of the terms, so I couldn't just remember it. But cold water relaxes the body, and that's why it's better to take a hot shower before bed and not when you want to wake up, by dilating blood vessels, increasing blood flow, and sending it to the skin and muscles to ease stiffness. And then using hot and cold water together or alternately is common in hydrotherapy practices. So, and it's said to boost hormonal function, improve circulation, and activate organ function. So imagine if you wake up in the morning, you take a shower, then you do your hug with cold water, and imagine you're hardworking, having a better functionality, your brain has better functionality, you're going to be more energized, you're probably going to be more able to focus better. And so the headlines or the important things to consider here, about 5 points that I noted down, is a stronger immune system, stress reduction, improved blood circulation, increased ability to burn fat, which I need, and 8, to battling depression, which a lot of entrepreneurs might need because depression is a common thing today, and especially amongst people who are doing tough jobs, and entrepreneurship is not an easy job to do. You can also find that athletes like David Beckham, for example, after exercising, they actually take a nice bath, which helps with the blood and muscles to relax and actually back to full speed again. As I mentioned earlier, it is very, very difficult to be under the cold water. Very difficult. I actually did it this morning, and I made some sounds that I'm not particularly proud of. And you might find yourself making sounds as well. If you do it, you might find yourself screaming if you are not used to the cold water. But it's a sacrifice that I find particularly small if I actually get these results after doing this on a daily basis. And I'm gonna tell you the results that I personally feel next Friday after 7 days. I'm also on the look for more experiments, and I'm currently looking for some martial arts and yoga and meditation classes in Edinburgh. So if I find something, that would be awesome, because I want to see if these new teachings and techniques and exercises can help me be more productive, more focused, more energized, and more in peace with myself. And if you have any recommendations, please let me know with a comment below. If you have tried anything you want to share it, please share it. And if you want to try something but you think it's too risky for you or for your health, let me know. And if I find that I would like to take the risk, I may do it for you and then tell you the results. So you can let me know again in the comments below, or tweet me at tdallis, and or any other way you might find possible. Talk to you next week, guys.